And let's open with the prayer. O heavenly King, Comforter, Spirit of Truth, who art everywhere present and fillest all things, treasury of good things and giver of life, come and dwell in us and cleanse us of all impurity and save our souls, O good one. My name's Father Chris Johnson, and I'm somehow or other one of the directors here at the Saga Society. I'm still pinching myself about that. Um, Nonetheless, here I am, and I figured everybody wants to play more games, and so let's just go ahead and get started on some Traveller. So here we are tonight. We're going to do an introductory session that will explain the system a little bit to people who are not familiar with it. The system is the setting, very much so in Traveller, I would say. Um, we're not going to get, there's not really much nitty gritty to get into in the Mongoose version of it, which is a good thing, um, as far as the mechanics are concerned. And then we'll start making some characters and see how that proceeds. So I think everybody who is playing has currently got a character sheet in Roll20. And in that case, we'll just go first come, first serve, and we'll begin. Well, first I'll start by asking how many of you have familiarized yourself with Traveller before now to any degree. Okay.
I practiced trying to create a character, but I was using a different version. So,
Which version were you using?
the Mark Miller's.
That would be Traveller 4,
Yeah,
I
Traveler
believe.
4.
Yeah.
It was kind of confusing, so I got this one too.
Yeah. Okay. So you have the core book for Mongoose.
Yep.
All right. And then is it what should I call you there, Clayton or
Yeah, Clayton's good. I watched um the Let's Play that Ross had.
the Glass Cannon Network?
Yes, yeah.
Oh
So I
yeah,
watched that.
I watched a little bit of that too.
Yeah, that's pretty well done. The GM there misses a couple of things to the disadvantage of the players, but since they were all similarly disadvantaged, it turned out okay, I suppose. But that's okay. Yeah, it certainly has the flavor of it. One thing they neglected though is starting planets. Um, Now, it's not actually a part of the core book character creation to have starting planets directly affect your skills. Um, what you do is you'll pick background skills, which will sort of represent the kind of planet you imagine yourself coming from. Um, but so, real quick, the Traveller Universe is about 7,500 years in our future. Um, so it's at the after the something called the Third Imperium has been. Excuse me for 1 second. Um, Suddenly it's there's noise around me. Excuse me for 1 second. Saying goodnight to my son. No, I'm not on YouTube. Not yet. It's not. There's no camera on. So, yeah. So, 7,500 years or so in our future, mankind is spread out across a large amount of the galaxy, and there are two main sort of core races of man. None of that matters right now. This subsector that you can see if you're in Roll20 is one that I made, which is which could easily slot into the Third Imperium setting, and that's fine. We're not going to worry about the huge, large history of everything. It's not something that most of the characters in the world would even be aware of or think about regularly. Um, what matters is certain core assumptions of the game. Uh, all of you, but even though it's the far future and space travel is common, and space trade is very common, space travel is actually uncommon for most people. Most people just live on the world they live on. Even on the really high-tech worlds, there might be some tourism for rich people to travel to other worlds, but it costs thousands and thousands of credits to do so. So most people just live normal lives on a planet, and those planets are of varying tech levels. Some of them ranging from something that we might recognize, which would be something like tech level 5 or 6, uh, going up to 9, which would be the first tech level at which jump drives become possible. And so all of you will come from different worlds, probably within this subsector, but you won't necessarily have done much traveling unless, of course, you had like a Navy career or something like that. And even if you did, you might not be aware of what the star map actually looks like. That would be something that would be reserved for astrogators on starships and people who do strategic planning at the imperial level or political leaders and things like that. Okay, so let's start rolling some dice. Any questions?
Yeah, what kind of game setting are you playing? Some kind of custom thing? Is this set in 5e, or is this something kind of akin to futuristic Shadowrun, like post Shadowrun era? What are you doing?
Well, the system is Traveller.
Traveller.
Um,
Okay.
yes. Um,
Sorry, I just popped in.
yeah,
I
no problem.
hadn't seen anybody in here before, so I figured I'd say
Yeah.
hi. Somebody had invited me.
Oh, by all means. It's Traveller Night. So we're doing some initial character creation and discussion about the assumptions of the Traveller universe. The setting.
Do you guys use Roll20 or D&D Beyond for custom optimization? How do you guys roll?
Well, I'm using Roll20 at the moment.
Okay.
It's not a we. I don't think we don't have an agreed upon standard within Saga Society. So far, there have been two people, me and Ross, who have done things. And he's used VTT, or I guess what is it, Forge something? What's it called?
Here, well, there's Hero Forge. I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah, I don't know. He could answer the question. I think he's busy with his baby and stuff.
Is that Ross McClure you're talking about?
I believe so.
Oh, okay, cool. That's who invited me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he's helping us out by recording tonight's session. So,
I think it was
Hope I'm not
Foundry.
intruding.
Foundry. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
forgive me. I hope I'm not intruding on your guys' game here.
no, it's fine. I mean, have a sit back and see if it seems interesting to you. We were just discussing the basics of Traveller, which is a science fiction adventure in the far future, is the subtitle. Um,
Kind of gives me some Firefly vibes, the way you're describing the levels, or maybe a little Star
Firefly
Trek.
Firefly is, according to apocryphal sources, based on Joss Whedon's Home Traveler campaign.
No kidding.
It
Wow.
certainly fits all of the Traveler piece. Like it's got all the pieces of the puzzle as part of its makeup.
Well, that was a
Um,
lucky guess on my part.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of different analogs, of course. Cowboy Bebop, Dark Matter, Blake Seven, etc. Okay. I think what we'll do is we will start the adventure here by rolling some dice. Since Jay has to go away for a second, we'll start with Clayton. First step is, and I recommend you just take the stats in order, unless they.
Okay.
I think that'll be more fun overall. I think it'll be more sort of funny, potentially, certainly, and possibly rewarding in a narrative sense.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
more than game for it.
okay, great. So break out the character sheet, and you'll just roll 2d6 6 times in order.
Are you guys already linked up on Roll20?
Yes. Feel free to hop in if you'd like to. If you'd like to do that. In fact,
Sure.
everybody
Is there a
everybody
link?
can. Yeah, I put the link in a thread underneath. Looking for group.
Okay, let me see here. Looking for group. Hold on. Looking for group. Okay.
Oh man, what am I gonna do with this?
Was it a relatively recent? Oh, here it is. Wait a second. I see the Traveller intro and character creation.
There should be a separate thread under looking for
Dude.
group that just says Traveler Night. If you click on that, it should open up. There's only been a couple of posts. So. All right, so
I
let's.
see Tavern Chat.
And I
Forgive me,
guess
I'm just trying
no
to.
problem, no problem. I'll be able to see when you pop in, and at that point, there you are. I'll give you a character sheet. Let me. Could you mute your? There you go. Thank you.
You see me, or are you still not seeing this? Is this the Star Trek
I,
play-by post?
I see you.
Okay.
Are you Mike K?
No, I'm Seraphim.
Okay. In Roll20?
In Roll20, you should see me
Yeah.
as Seraphim. I might not
Sorry.
have the right place for the link. Hold on.
Okay, who's Mike K?
Starting, it just says starting 2.
Sorry, Mike K is me. I jumped in about the time Seraphim was working on figuring it out.
All right. Let me hand you a character there.
Oh, where are you? Tell you what, is it possible, Father, if you could maybe just click on my name and DM me the Roll20 link?
Sure.
Because I'm having a hard time finding it. Because I clicked on the Traveller intro and character creation link, and it just gives me, hey, are you interested? And just the event info and starting soon.
Well, that's not. So what you there should be.
Here, I can send the link if
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
you want if you're busy with other stuff, Father.
Yeah. I'm just let me make a couple more sheets here. Okay. And Mike, can you see your character? It's got a weird name, but
Sorry, I was going to say I'm only just watching because I have to take off in
okay.
a little bit, so I apologize. I can hop off Roll20 if that's easier.
Oh no, whatever you like. I just was making sure.
Thank you for the hospitality.
All right, I just sent you that link, Seraphim.
Yes, I see this here. Let me log into Roll20 here. Oh, is this the wrong password? Gotta go reset my password on Roll20 real quick. There we go. Reset password.
Okay. So, Clayton, what do you got there for your stats?
I've got a 4 in strength, 9 dexterity, 7 endurance, 5 intellect, 10 education, and 10 social.
Wow.
Okay.
which is very much not the type of character I normally play. So this will be interesting.
Well, it suggests a noble at first glance.
Okay, I can roll with
Um,
that, I guess.
It's up to you, of course, but let's go. So if we, I'm streaming the core book.
Yes, I'm watching.
I'm just gonna scroll down to the. Should be a table here with. Yeah, here we go. Here's a table that has all of the qualification requirements for the different careers, and you can have a look at that to sort of strategize what looks good to you. The reason I suggest noble is because to get in is social. Um, it's actually automatic, I think, if you have 10 or higher. The survivor. Sorry about the dog. Is she super loud?
Not particularly noticeable, no.
Okay. So your intellect is not great.
No.
Um, you can see that the survival requirement for any of the three branches of noble are not high. Uh, none is easier for you though than the dilettante. It's social 3+. And that is the result of a 2d6 roll. Now the advancement roll, the
It's going to be
advancement
harder.
is hard, much harder. So you could be successfully just bumming along forever. Um, your chances of advancement are low. However, then you've got the diplomat, which is a possibility. But your first choice is whether or not you're going to go to a university.
I think that makes sense with high social and education.
I think so too. So that means the university is going to be your first term. Traveler careers are done in 4-year terms, and a career, being is essentially your character creation is called your career. Um, and so your first term of your career is university in your case. So to get in, you need to roll education 7 or better. If you're familiar with Roll20, you can just click the button, education itself, and see what the roll is. Yeah, looks like you succeeded.
Right, so a 9. Yeah.
So you're in. You actually had a +1 to that roll because you have a social of 9 or better. But you didn't need it, so. Now, you choose from the list you can see on the screen, and I'm streaming there, at level 0 and level 1, from the following list.
Okay.
Let me know if you need me to zoom in any further.
No, that's all right. I think.
Is it true that you
Do
can
you want-
die during character creation?
It is true, though it's almost impossible in Mongoose Traveler to do so. It's much, much more possible in Traveler 5 or 4 or Classic Traveler.
I think I'll do admin 1 and navigation 0.
Navigation, by the way, that is not astrogation, just so you know. They're not the same skill. I don't know if you were going for space navigation, it's not the same.
Okay, yeah, maybe I will do astrogation instead then.
Okay.
You took navigation to navigate the stars. I took navigation to drive drunk to the fridge. We are not the same.
All right, so Increase your education. So let's see. Now increase your education by 1.
All right.
Now see if you graduate. Roll intelligence 7 or better.
Oh no.
Oh, here it
Mhm.
comes. Here comes the big one. Big roll.
No.
Ah,
So no graduation benefits for you.
Yikes.
Wastrel indeed. So we move on. You're now 22 years old, and let's see here.
Do I roll on? Was there like a event table or like a mishap table or something like that? I can't
Yes,
remember.
yes, and it's organized poorly. So actually, yes. Roll now 2d6. Okay, there it
I'm
is,
gonna
number
just
6 right there.
I'm gonna go get another beer at the bar and cash out. So I'll be right back.
Okay. You become involved in a tightly knit clique or group and make a pact to remain friends forever, wherever in the galaxy you may end. Gain D3 allies. So go ahead and roll a D6, and 1 and 2 is 1,
oh, that's
etc.
cool.
All right, you got 2 allies. Nice. Go ahead and make a note of that somewhere on your character sheet that makes sense to you.
Okay.
Okay, so at some point later, maybe one of the other characters here will also have gone to college, and if so, that can be an excuse for you knowing each other.
Okay.
Uh, or you can choose rather to just take a couple of NPC allies, which are nice as well.
I think I would be going to call this shoe, so
All right, so let's move on then to uh, let's go back to Jay. Jay, are you available now? Okay, let's go on back to Jay with the stat rolls. What did you get? Wow. That's a spread. That's an interesting spread. All right. So, same question. You think in college or not? Very good. Okay. Well, in that case, it might be better to go elsewhere, not go to college. Although, no, they do have the engineer skill. They don't have mechanic. So, up to you. Now, let's scroll down and have a look there at that chart again. Career summary. To qualify to get in, let's see. Strength is your best, of course. But the only one that relies on that is Army infantry for survival. Uh, if I doubt you want to be a drifter. So maybe you do. I don't know. Um, uh, right. You have an odd combo of high strength, low endurance too, which is awkward.
All right, I'm back. Had to close out my tab.
Are you still rolling for Clayton?
We moved on to Jay. For the Navy. Okay, so do you want to attempt the Naval Academy? Or Naval Academy or regular university? Okay. That is an int 9 or better roll to get in. Yeah, roll. Just click the intellect button on your character sheet. And no. So you don't get in. So if you wish, you can just try to get into the Navy directly.
I'm just going to be a Marine grunt.
Yeah, don't die.
This is my gun.
You can do it in the Navy. It's one of the general service skills as well. So, so to get in here, it's int 6 or better. You made it.
Hey!
Okay. So you're in. Congratulations. You get all the service skills at level 0 as your basic training. Pilot, vac suit, athletics, gunner, mechanic, gun combat. We will now roll. Let's see here. Pick a. Oh, which service are you going into here? Line crew, and you're going to engineer gunner. Okay. Now you pick a table to roll on. Either personal development, service skills. What's your education? Okay, so you can choose from the advanced education table also, or engineer gunner. Okay, so roll 1d6. A 1, engineer. Now, the way this works, anytime you see on this character sheet, anytime you see where a number after the skill name, such as here, mechanic 1, where it says back suit 1, that means you get that skill at 1. If you already have it at 1 or higher, you don't get any additional skill. However, if you just see the skill name, then that means you add 1 to whatever your current skill is. And if that skill didn't exist, even at 0, you still get to start at 1 with it. Make sense? So that means you now have engineer 1, and if you have any level of engineer above 0, you need to pick a specialization. These from my scrambling around here.
I think I just saw a space monkey on your PDF.
It's very possible. More than
Monkey!
possible. All right, so we're looking for engineer, which I guess E comes before G, does it? Yes, here we go. So your choices here for specialty are M drive, which is the maneuver drive, J drive, the jump drive, life support, or power.
Wow.
All right. So you now have engineer. So what that means in mechanical terms, you got engineer 0 and engineer power at 1. That means you can roll without a negative any engineering tasks, but you get a bonus of 1 if you're trying a power task. Right. Okay. So that's done. We're back to whoops. Technical difficulties. Okay. So now roll to survive. For engineer gunner, that's int 6 or better. You survive. A noisy survival. All right, so great. So now you will roll an event. Roll 2d6. You're given a special assignment or duty on board ship. Gain DM +1 to any one benefit roll. So when you muster out of this career, which you can do at the end of any 4-year term that you wish, or you might be forced out, depending on events, then you do a mustering out, which means you roll for benefits and cash. And so for any one of those benefit rolls, you can add +1 to your roll to get a better result. And you can choose to add it after the roll is made. All right, now to advance. Education 6 or better. Or actually, you can roll to, for a commission if you wish. Social 8 or better. But that might not be a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Great. So you advance to a rank 2 enlisted man, able space hand, and get. You already have mechanic 0 because you took the service skills. So now you have mechanic 1. You were rank 0 before, now you're rank 1, able space hand.
Good for you.
So that's the end of your first turn. You're 22. Let's move on to Arsenic John. What are your stats?
Yeah, okay. Strength 9, Dexterity 6, Endurance 6, Intellect 8, Education 10, and Social 3.
Oh, goodness. You are a ragamuffin.
Yeah,
Artful dodger, perhaps. All right. Well, that actually, there's a lot of things you could try out for there. One of them might be a rogue of some sort.
I was thinking I might do law enforcement.
That could also work. So I'm guessing, well, I don't know. Do you want to try for, you said you were going to try for college?
Yeah, I think he would try for college.
All right. That's education 7 or better. Nice rolling. You're in. All right, now
Yeah.
choose a level 0 and a level 1 skill from the following list, which you can see in your own rules or on my screen.
Let's see, can I do
Also,
that on Roll20 or I don't see.
if you look at my stream, I'm streaming my rulebook right now.
Oh, okay, you just put them in on Roll20.
Yeah, there should be a. On your Traveler character sheet, I haven't really gone over it with you all yet, but I think there's a button to where you can add all the skills, even if you're not trained in them. I could be wrong.
I think science.
Okay, science at level 0 or 1?
At level 0. And electronics at level 1, I think.
So that is going to be a specialization. Listed as intentional overdose. Is it electronics?
Yeah. Was it 1 at 0 and 1 at 1, or what? Just
It's 1 at 0 and 1 at 1. So you took science
okay.
0, electronics 1. So
Yeah, okay.
electronics 1 requires a specialty you can choose: comms, computers, remote ops, or sensors.
I think sensors fit the law enforcement.
Electronic 0 and electronic sensors 1.
Yep.
Okay. Now, increase education by 1. And then
Okay.
roll int 7 or better to graduate. By the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, graduation
Nice.
benefits for you. Increase the skills chosen above to level 1 and level 2, respectively. Nice. Increase education by an additional 2.
Wow.
Yes.
And increase the skills by 1.
Um, yes, the 0 to 1 and the 1 to 2.
Okay.
Does he also need to roll a life event?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I just want to get to this
Okay.
science specialty here. All right.
So 2/6.
1 second. Let's choose your science specialty.
Okay.
You can see a list right on my screen that I'm streaming. These will cover most
Yeah.
tests that you could possibly make. So if you can think of one that's different than the one that's on here, I say stick with this list for now.
Maybe chemistry.
All right. Good choice. Always a good choice, chemistry. Now, yes, indeed. Roll an event before we get to the other things. A 6.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
sorry.
it's
Actually, I
that was
clicked the wrong
2d4.
thing.
Yeah, do 2d6 instead. 8. You join a political movement.
Ah,
Roll social 8 or better. If you succeed, you become a leading figure.
yeah, good luck. Good luck.
See what happens. No.
Ah,
Gain 1 ally within the movement, but gain so gain 1 enemy in wider. So you know what? Since you didn't make it, you don't get that. So no ally and no enemy.
oh, okay.
All right. So graduation grants DM +1 to qualify for the following careers: agent, army. So agent is what you're trying for here
Yeah,
within
that's
law
what I was
enforcement.
thinking.
So yep, you're at a DM 1 +1 to get in to that, and also well, you're not doing the military, so no commission roll. So that is the end of your first term. You're age 22.
Okay.
Okay. Seraphim, are you doing one?
That's a good question. When are you regularly going to be hosting games? Is it
No
this
idea.
time?
No idea.
Well, I will be happy to roll one up. I would
Yeah.
just on
I mean, right
how late.
now, yeah, right now we don't know. Tonight might end up being a good night. I don't know. We'll see. Saturday night might be good for some. It's not always good for me because I often have church. In fact, I always have church.
You always have.
But sometimes it's, longer church, or the weekend has been harder than usual or something. So I can't.
Sure. I just want to make sure I have to wake up normally at 4:30 in the morning for work Monday through Thursday. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't straining myself, stretching myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just don't. The truth is, we just don't know yet. The
I'd be happy
Thursday.
to
So again, say again.
I said I'd be happy to roll one up.
Yeah, let's do it. It's fun.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead on. Did you do your stats already?
No, I haven't because I went
Okay.
to go look for a character sheet on here. I don't use Roll20 normally.
Okay. I did
Did
give you one. If you look in your journal.
my journal.
Yeah.
Is it on characters subsector rundown? Is that right?
Should be. You should see a character sheet. I believe I assigned one to you.
Which one is it?
Maybe I did not. Hold on.
I see 5 characters here on the side.
Okay.
All names.
Okay, but
I think those are NPCs.
those are characters from another iteration
Oh,
of this
okay.
campaign.
Oh.
Yeah. But there should be one that you can control.
Okay.
Sure.
Subsector rundown. Is that it? Oh no,
It's
that's
just
just
text. It should be maybe. Let me just make sure I did. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't actually assign you one, so that's my bad.
so let me know when you got it and I'll look for it.
You should have it now.
Great. Awesome. Here we go.
All right, so roll, 2d6 6 times.
Okay, just
There's a
2d.
die roller off to the left there,
Yeah.
or you can use physical dice if you want, if you have them.
2d6. So 2 and 5 for the first roll.
My goodness. No. Okay. Okay.
Is
You can roll
that's
two at you can roll two at the same time. We'll count that, so that's a roll of 7 for your strength, but you can roll. If you go over to the die roller,
I'm at the die.
you can hover over. You can click on the die roller, or you can hover over it.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm on an iPad right now.
Okay. Well, let's just do it this way. Just make a note of it, though. So your first roll is 7, second is 9.
All right, hold on a second. Write this down. All right. 7, 9. 8. 9. That's 4.
6.
6. And 7.
All right. Not bad stats overall. Not at all.
Okay. What are you guys lacking as far as classes? Maybe I can move my roles into whatever.
We're just doing it. We're just doing them in order. We're gonna see what we come up with.
Oh, okay. So what's the first one?
Well, first is strength. So, do you see that on your character sheet?
Yeah. Rating.
Yep, under rating. Strength.
Okay.
It goes physical stats first, and then mental and social.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not gonna. I won't kill you if you do. But I think it's more fun to just take what you get.
All right. Well, so dexterity would be 9 then. If I'm just following it down. Uh, endurance 8. It's actually pretty good for physical stats. Intellect 9. It's also really good. Education 6. I sound like I'm going to be a mechanic. And then 7 social. I really sound like a mechanic. Okay. So I've got 7 strengths, 9 dex, 8 endurance, 9 intellect, 6 education, 7 social.
So I'll give you the same choice. Do you want to do university or a military academy?
Well, that's a good question. So I'm not really familiar with the universe so much as far as outside of what you just described to me. I've never played the Traveler system before. I'm gonna wing it. Let's say with my ratings, I'd probably make a really good NCO.
Yeah. You want to just go straight into a military career of some sort? If you look at my
I
screen,
could do officer. I could try school. Let's see if it works. I don't know. Doesn't make sense with education being 6, but
so to get into a military academy, you need endurance for the Army and the Marines, and the Navy requires intelligence. The graduation requirements are intelligence, endurance, intelligence or endurance.
so intelligence is good for which one? The Navy?
It's good for getting in, yeah,
Okay. All right. So
and also for graduation, actually.
all right. So I guess I'll roll intelligence.
Which academy are you trying to get in? Are you the Navy Academy? Okay, right. So roll roll int. Just click on the button that says intellect on your character sheet, and it'll roll it automatically.
0 modifier.
It will include your bonus, which is 1.
Oh, well, why is it giving me an option for 0 modifier?
Because it's a die roll, it'll allow you to it allows you to add a mod in the moment if you need to. If the DM says hey, give yourself a +1 or something.
Sorry. Uh, I hope it did it roll or not.
It did not roll.
I don't know why my iPad keeps.
All right, that rolled.
Did it roll?
Yep, it rolled a 7, which does not get you in.
Okay.
All right, so you don't get into the academy. Instead, you may enlist
Okay.
into something. And here you see a breakdown of the qualification requirements for the different careers.
When she found the body, Libby's
Okay.
car was
So agent is like the police, or
Agent is law enforcement, intelligence, or corporate, like corporate security. And then I'm cutting off at the bottom a couple, which are scholar and scout.
say she had reservations.
what's scout entail?
Scout, your assignments under scout would be courier, surveyor, or explorer. So the scout service is all about delivering messages really quickly, or participating in the exploration and surveying of new planets.
I have a feeling that I'd probably make a pretty decent drifter.
Yeah, I mean,
based on.
That's amusing.
Yeah, now drifter, just so you know, a drifter is what happens if you can't get into anything and you fail in list like and you fail in the draft.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, how
you
about
could take it if you want. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying that is like you
well,
become a beggar.
let's try Marine.
Okay.
Just to try. Why not?
Why not? Okay, to get in is endurance 6+. So roll an endurance roll.
Okay. Did it roll? Come on. This thing's being really crappy to me. There we go.
Oh,
Did I not get that?
you did not.
Wow.
Yep, you rolled a 5. So that means it means you either can try to get drafted or become a drifter.
What's the what's the benefit of being drafted?
You get a chance. You get another shot at getting into the Marines. You have a random chance of going Navy, Army, Marine, Merchant Marine, Scout, or Agent. And
Whew.
it's a 1d6 roll.
Oh boy. Oh, we're really taking it to chance, aren't we? What do I have to roll for that?
You just have to roll a 1d6.
Okay. Part of me likes the idea of just being a drifter, but
Yeah, well, I mean, go for it. It's interesting in its own right.
it is. I'm gonna just roll just in case.
All right. Well, you got Merchant.
A merchant marine?
Merchant Marine. So it means a crew member on a star trader of some sort.
Merchant marine. So crew member on a star trader. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, does it? Other than I'm doing.
It's a whole career in its own right. Let's look at it. You got merchant here. Here you go. You got merchant marine specialty is what you'd be drafted into. So you're automatically getting in because you're getting drafted. Your survival role is education 5 or better. Your advancement role is intellect 7 or better.
Okay.
You can always just stop after a term and try something else.
Sure. I
So,
guess.
or you can say, I don't want this, and I'm going to be a drifter instead.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I was thinking it would be kind of fun to be a space barbarian.
Okay. Well, your 3 assignments would be barbarian, wanderer, or scavenger. So, um, so after one disappointment after another.
I'm just going back to my homeworld, and I've seen enough of the stars. I
Maybe, or have you?
want to
You've
go
seen it?
back and fight for Hezbollah. So, all right, go ahead.
Wait,
Right, well, so
I am the strongest soldier of Hezbollah.
so I'm I'm going. Let's see. There are a couple of worlds in this subsector that might have some primitive parts to them. But there's nothing that I would say is outright a primitive world.
Well,
So
Wanderer, you are a space bum living hand to mouth in the slums of spaceports across looks a better asteroid miner and salvage crew.
yeah,
I just like the idea of I was kind of wanting to do like a want to be a mechanic or something.
well then, scavenger is going to give you your chance at a mechanic skill roll.
I'm basically the engineer without a degree. That's the idea. I'm thinking. I'm smart. I'm just not educated.
Yeah. Well,
Like a net.
let's see how it turns out. So,
Yeah.
scavenger it is. You are in automatically.
Hell yeah.
So the first thing that happens is you get the service skills at level 0, which are you can see on my stream. I can
I'm looking at it.
yep.
So skill.
Oh, yeah, under service skills. And then because it's all at level 0, you're just going to be taking melee 0 right now. If you roll on the service skills table again and you happen to roll melee, it will then go up to unarmed 1.
Okay. So I have to choose.
You don't choose right now. Right now you get for basic training, because it's your first, this only happens your first term in your first career. You get all the service skills of that career at level 0. Meaning that you're trained and you don't have to roll you don't have to roll it with a negative.
So what do I have then?
Can you see my stream right now? Or no,
Yeah.
you're on an iPad. It's probably hard.
I have athletics, melee, recon, streetwise, stealth, and survival.
Yes, all at level 0. And you know what I just realized, which we can handle later, everybody? I once again, just like the guy on Glass Cannon, completely forgot about y'all's background skills.
I was gonna say something, but
Well,
I don't want to bring up rules.
yes, it's indeed so. So my apologies for that. So yes, you've got those service. We'll finish up this term, and then everybody can do that. I'll just scroll back up to the background skills, and you'll pick from the list that you see there. So yeah, service skills 0. Now, roll a skill on either personal development, service skills, or scavenger.
How do I do that? It's 1d6.
1d6. You pick the table first. So tell me whether you're going to do which of those 3.
So what was the options? The scavenger, and what were the other two? The first two?
First 2 are personal development and service skills.
I'll just do it in order. So personal development, All roll that first.
You can only roll 1 table this turn.
Okay. Well, then I'll do scavenger.
Yeah. All right. So you roll a 4. Was that your roll?
Yeah.
So you get vac suit 1. Just so everybody knows, in the Traveller Universe, vac suit is one of the most important skills you will ever have. It governs your ability to maneuver effectively while wearing a vac suit, which is something you might need to do at any time.
Yeah.
Oh no! Help!
Suit 0 is better than nothing, believe me. It also can directly affect your ability to use the higher tech levels of vac suit or the things like battle dress armor and stuff like that. But we don't have to get into that right now. That's way down the line. So
I can't wait to be my favorite space barbarian. Oh wait, I'm a scavenger. Yeah. God, I'm gonna be a scavenger. Does that mean I'm gonna be like the equivalent of the what were they called in Firefly? The Ravagers? No, not
no, you don't have to be. That'd be more like the barbarians, I guess. But
the Reavers are like the barbarians.
I don't know. I mean, there's something.
I know.
The Reavers are nonsensical. when
You're a
you get, like,
belter.
down to
Big
it.
fans for sure.
Yeah, you're a belter.
I live off the land, somewhat.
All right. So now roll an event.
An event. 1d6 again. 3 on a 1d6.
All right. Roll 1 more.
I think it was 2d6.
Roll 1 more 1d6.
Okay, patron offers you a chance to job, except gain 1 DM.
No.
DM plus 4 to your next qualification
Roll
roll.
one more.
You still need to roll another die. It's 2d6.
2d6.
Oh, my bad. Come on. There we go. Another 3.
You encounter something unusual. Go to the life events table and have an unusual event.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
Then?
let's
That
find.
is cool.
This is another 2d6 roll. No, actually, no, it's not. My apologies.
Oh,
Unusual event. It's a 1d6 roll.
so just take the first one then. So it would be a
So it's
2.
a 2. Aliens.
Yes.
You spend time among an alien race. Gain science 1 and a contact among an alien race.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I gain what?
Gain science 1, which means you have to pick a specialty, and a contact among an alien race.
What?
If you stumble into mechanics, that would be hilarious.
Oh, dude.
Science 1, so that means it has to be a science skill, sadly. It's not another. It's not another roll, unless you want it to be. If you wanted to randomize it for yourself, but it will not result in mechanic.
I just saw the space monkey, and I'm very happy.
There it is, Jungle Howler.
Okay. I swear,
Once
if
you
my
pilot
alien
these skills,
contact is a space monkey, I'm gonna be so happy. It's just a highly advanced, sentient race of primates.
all right. So there you have your list. It continues on, and John, if you see something else on that bottom left part there, I may have cut that part of the page off when you were
I can
picking your
kind
Oh
of
science.
see
yeah.
psychology, robotics, soft ontology, and xenology. Let's see here. Biology,
Yeah.
chemistry, cosmology,
Well,
cybernetics. Ooh, cybernetics. Sounds pretty fun.
I'm
Means
gonna keep my chemistry.
I like the idea of being the organic mechanic. Yeah, I think I'm going to be the organic mechanic. I'm going to be specialized in cybernetics.
Keep in mind, you're still like you will be 22 at the end of this term.
So I have cybernetics 1.
Cybernetics 1. So you have science 0, cybernetics 1. So you can roll science trained with no negatives, and you get a bonus of 1 to a cybernetics roll.
Oh, this is complicated. All right, fun.
I promise it's not too complicated. But yeah, it's not a index.
Nowhere near as bad as Shadowrun. So
Oh no. It's not like that. We would not be able to do group character creation for Shadowrun.
I did that once. Not fun. Me and my buddies are running a Shadowrun campaign with 5e rules right now.
Okay, I won't go past 4 myself. That's where I calcified at 4th edition.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so yeah, so now you roll to survive.
Do I survive? Let's find out.
Yeah, so survival roll for scavenger is Dex 7 or better.
Dex 7 or better. Let's see if I survive. I just might die, guys.
You survive. Now roll to advance.
Roll to advance. Okay. What do I roll?
Endurance 7 or better.
Okay.
Oh, by the skin of your teeth, you advance to
Hey!
a rank 1 scavenger, and you gain the skill survival at 1.
Scavenger, and then I get what is it? What is it called?
Survival 1. It's just survival, but you gain it at rank 1.
Okay.
All right. That is the end of your first term. You're 22 years old. I think everybody now has gone through one term.
Yep.
Please forgive me. I need to go and take my dog out.
That's fine. That gives me the opportunity to figure out where the heck to put all this stuff on my character sheet.
Okay, and chat amongst yourselves. Keep it clean, please, and and I'll be back in a few minutes. And my apologies for having to take a break, but it is what it is.
Inshallah, I will be the strongest cybernetic mechanic in Hezbollah. All right, let's see.
Well, while Father stepped away, I'm kind of curious. Has anyone else played this game before?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
Oh, he stepped away. And maybe not around either.
Not sure how I can put all these things I just got onto my attributes.
Go under your character sheet under skills. You'll have to add each one in individually.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, not the best setup. But
Oh, there's got to be a way that I can minimize your guys's graphics display. There's got to be a way that I can minimize your guys's.
on Roll20?
Yeah, your guys's things are in the way of being able to see
I
things.
think it's under audio and video, and then under video display, you can change the video avatar size to like names only.
Go. I think small's be just fine.
Sorry, my computer went crazy.
So it'd be under skills that I. The skills are skill level.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Oh god, everything is. Oh, there we go. Add skill back. Skill level 1. I'm not sure. Goodness. I'll have to have him tell me which ones this goes to. What the characteristics go to what. Unless somebody knows.
In my understanding, it's meant to be a little bit flexible, that they don't always necessarily go with the same characteristic. I could be wrong though. As I said, I have actually played this one before.
Yeah, I haven't played Traveller either.
Cool.
Cybernetics 1.
Yeah, so cybernetics would go under your specialty for the science skill.
Oh. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Science. So for skill, I had science 1, science under skill level 1, and then I added cybernetics as the skills, and I just put in specialty science right next to it, and then put skill level 1 next to that. I don't know if I'm doing this wrong.
Oh, that actually might work as well. That might make it easier for rolling. That might be the easier way to do it.
Good.
So how did you do it?
Survival, skill level 1. I think that's under endurance. So I think that's what he said. Well, I'll ask him if I've done it wrong at some point. So we'll find out.
Yeah, and since it's just character creation for right now, it's not. We don't really have to worry about the specifics until later.
My apologies. Okay.
Okay, my
there.
computer crashed too, so
I was wondering what happened there.
yeah, welcome back.
Okay. So let's do the thing we missed. Okay. So on my screen now, you should be able to see the background skills. You will get a number of background skills equal to your education DM plus 3. Now, some of you will have gotten a bonus to your education from college, so try to remember what it was before you got the bonus to it if you got a DM from it. And a DM,
Okay.
by the way, in Traveller means die modifier. And then pick the appropriate number of skills at 0 from your background skills.
Okay.
So note that you can't use your background skills to pump up something you currently have at above 0.
So that means I got
Okay.
right.
Say again?
I don't have any background skills then. Outside of the gain science 1 and a contact among alien race.
No, your background skills represent the planet you came from.
Okay.
So you will get your education DM plus 3. So if your DM is 0, meaning you don't have an education of higher than 8, you'll still get 3 skills. If you have a minus, I think one of you does have a -1 to your education.
I have 6 education.
But that was after. Wait. You have
That was
education
what
6.
I rolled. I rolled 6 education.
Okay, so that's a DM 0, so you get 3 skills.
And where's the skills table to choose those 3 skills?
I'm streaming it right now.
Okay, so
It's under
admin.
background skills.
Okay. Cool.
Any questions about what any of these skills actually does?
What's carouse?
Arouse. That's how
Yeah.
how good you are at partying,
Oh.
hanging out in social events, and schmoozing and all that kind of thing.
With a social of 3, I'm guessing I'm not.
Probably not.
What about a social of 7? Would I just get by? Or am I that guy in the corner like they don't know how many weapons I can store in my forearm?
So how it works in Traveller is, an 8 is considered success for most like moderate tasks. Easy things are like a 6, and like or 4 if they're super easy. You wouldn't even roll for things like that though.
So for a
Um,
social of 7, does that just mean I'm like a high functioning autistic person?
Oh no. What that means is, since 7 is the most common roll in Traveller, I mean, most common roll on a 2d6 roll, I should say. Yeah, and since most things you're going to be trying to do, you're going to get some kind of a bonus on it. It means you will succeed at most things, even with no inherent die modifier. You're not terrible. You might not have a social DM, but you might end up getting a carouse skill, for example. If you took a carouse skill, then let's say you got a +1 to it at some point, then you'd be operating at a +1 and etc.
Well, I already got Vac-Suit 1, so if
Right.
I took that as well, would I get Vac-Suit 2?
No.
Do these have specialties?
No. That's why they're all at 0.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it wouldn't even be worth taking it since I already have Vac-Suit 1.
I mean, and so it's my mistake, and I'm not going to punish you all for it. It's my mistake for not doing it before you started your careers.
Are we also trained in these, or
A score of 0 means you are trained in it. Yeah.
oh, okay? Because that has a little
Oh.
box on Roll20.
So then I guess I will do survival. Oh wait, I already have survival rank 1. Crap. I don't need that. What does profession mean as far as?
So that's like, it's an extremely broad skill, and it represents any day job you've ever had. So
Any
it
day
could be-
job?
Yeah, just like a normal day job that you might
I
have.
can specialize in flipping burgers at Super Weenie Hut Juniors then?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Or the Krabby Patty.
Oh, that means I could specialize in being a chemistry teacher by day and then a meth cook. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, no.
Not in this server.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Spice cook. Spice cook. Yeah, didn't they have spice in Firefly? Pretty sure they did.
So, did they? I don't know.
Let's see. Seafarer. Oh,
Yes. So seafarer is what it sounds like. Flyer, by the way, means atmospheric flight, as opposed to anything space related.
I'm taking flyer. That's for sure. That's one of my skills.
Okay.
I'm gonna take science 0 as well, just because.
You already have that because you have cybernetic.
Yeah.
Unless you're just going for verisimilitude, which is fine.
And then I'm gonna take mechanic 0 too because I just saw that and it's kind of right up my alley.
And it won't seem why.
Everyone else got their skills, background skills picked.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. That brings us back. This book. That brings us back to Clayton, I believe.
Yes. So,
Second term in the Navy.
well, no, I had not successfully graduated from university.
Right. Right. Okay. Yes. Correct. 22 and a dropout.
Yeah.
All right, so what career will it be then?
So for that noble, I need to roll a social of 10, or
I
I need to
believe-
have a social of 10.
Let's go find out, but I believe it's automatic if your social is 10 or higher. Qualification, social 10 or better.
Automatic qualification of your social is 10 or
Yes.
higher. Okay.
Yep.
My social is 10.
Right, so then pick a career, assignment, administrator, diplomat, or dilettante. And you can see what the survival and advancement roles are here.
I will do administrator.
With Harrington's original.
Now, this is your, let's see, this is your first term of your first career. So you're going to get your service skills all at level 0. If you already have them, you don't get an advance to them. Just whatever you don't currently have at 0, you can get.
Let's investigate and persuade. All right.
Now pick a table. What's your education?
My education is 11.
Okay. So from personal development, service skills, advanced education, or administrator. Pick one of those and roll a 1d6.
I will do the personal development.
All right. Dex +1.
Okay, well, that's not where I needed it most, but I'll take it.
Right now, roll to survive. Or no, yeah. This is how it's supposed to be. Whatever.
All right, roll to survive. Come on, intellect. Oh no!
Hey, it's a mishap.
Oh,
Huh.
come on. Is that 2D or 1?
It's 1d. An assassin attempts to end your life.
Oh man.
Roll roll endurance 8 or better. If you fail, roll on the injury table.
Oh, wow. Oh no. Um, so injury.
This
Is
is
that
the most
another?
fun I've ever had creating a character.
Benefit injuries. Let's look here. Okay, injury table. Roll 1d6. 6. Lightly injured.
Oh,
No permanent effect. Lucky
so
you.
now I get a decent roll.
Yeah. Sadly, you are ejected from your administrator career.
Well,
Oof.
I must have I must have very important parents because I have not done anything to be worth assassinating.
Let's
There's just some underling that really wanted your job.
No, they got the wrong guy.
let's go ahead and I think I should have done an event before the survival roll. So let's go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
That's a 2d6. All right, you inherit a gift from a rich relative. Gain DM +1 to any one benefit roll.
That the assassination is making more sense now.
Um, so yes. Now I'm going to allow you to attempt to remain in the noble career by making an actual social roll of 10 or better,
You can
If-
do it.
if you wish.
can do
I'm
it.
gonna try.
He's
We'll
gonna do
see. We'll see if the assassination attempt has just shaken my nerve. Yes. Yes.
Now you are pretty much, for whatever reason, yeah, we can talk about that later if necessary. You're not going to be able to be an administrator again, so pick between diplomat and dilettante.
I mean that intellect 8+ for advancement is just horrifying. So I guess I'll have to go with diplomat.
Intellect 5 or better. Well, actually, first you will let's see, gain a skill. So once again, roll personal development, service skills, advanced education, or diplomat.
I'll roll for diplomat.
D6. Carouse at 1, or rather +1 to carouse.
Okay, excellent.
And so now roll an event. 2d6.
Another event?
Yeah, this is for. No, wait. Okay, wait. No. I have.
did the inheritance for a life event.
No, you know what I've done? I've skipped ahead, so we should stop now. And just remember, before, then the next step for you was event. You've already rolled your skill for this term. You're actually now 26 and had
Okay.
finished your second term. You've actually begun your third term now. So,
Okay.
Okay, so I think we move on from here to Jay. You were in the Navy.
Yes, I was. Can I look
Here they were right here. Okay. Okay, that's your skill. Roll an event. Nice. Your vessel participates in a diplomatic mission. Gain 1 of Recon 1, Diplomat 1, Steward 1, or a contact. Now, recon basically is similar to the way perception would be used in a lot of other games. It's like the ability to to assess the tactical situation of a layout of either. Yeah, diplomat, self-explanatory. Steward is the skill of serving people on a starship, basically like keeping them entertained, providing, being like a concierge, that kind of thing, because oftentimes starships carry passengers. And yeah, contact is what it is. All right, but you're taking recon at 1. Okie doke. And then we move on to your survival roll, which is, I believe, int 6 or better. Nicely done. Roll to advance. Education 6 or better. You advance. You are now a rank 2 petty officer 3rd class. You gain vac suit 1. Okay, and you that is the end of your second term. You're 26 years old. Now we move on to John, Arsenic John.
Okay.
You were an agent? No, you didn't get in.
I just finished school, I thought.
Oh, you finished school. Okay, I'm sorry.
Or I finished my first term.
Okay, yes, you finished. And you did graduate, didn't you? I believe you did. Yes.
Are there multiple terms, or is it just one term?
Of college, it's just 1 term.
Oh, okay.
4 years. And you did graduate, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I was the only one that failed.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, true.
At college.
Oh,
You
wow.
failed to get in.
Yeah, well.
All right, so agent, so you get a +1 to qualify for this career for having graduated college. So you need to roll int 6 or better, and then when it asks you for a mod, just put a 1 in the space there.
Okay.
Or you don't have to put it in. We can just calculate it ourselves by adding 1 to the number. Looks like you made it to me.
Yep.
So you're in. You are an agent of the law enforcement assignment. So now it's your first term of your first career. So take all the service skills at level 0. And you can see them there.
I'll find it on my PDF.
Okay. You want to just roll dice for now and write that stuff down when it's someone else's turn?
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, pick a table to roll on. You don't have education 8 or better, correct? Or do you now? Having
I
graduated
have a 13.
school. 13, goodness
13.
gracious. All right, so personal development, service skills, advanced education, or law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
All right, D6.
It's going to be that kind of campaign.
1d6.
Yep.
You don't want to be law enforcement. You want to be a brown coat. What you want to be. I'm projecting.
So it looks like you got streetwise +1. So +1 to streetwise, meaning streetwise at 1 at this. Unless I don't think you had
I have it.
streetwise.
I did put it at 0, yeah.
Yeah. It's so whenever you see it without a number next to it, it's always just a straight +1. So if you didn't have it before, it means you get it at 1.
I did have it before at 0, though.
Oh, you did. Well, anyway, in that case, you also just get a +1.
Oh, okay.
Oops,
Excuse you. Don't remember what was it? Click? Didn't you join a click?
That was me.
I thought that was no. You went. Yeah, you did. You went on a diplomatic mission and you gained the recon skill. Mm, yes, you joined a click in college, right?
That was mine.
And you were the. We didn't do a noble event.
Nope, I thought we did noble. Oh, Jay.
Sorry, I'm confused. Okay, so you were Navy. Okay. Yes. So my apologies for that. Okay, so Dia, you're given a special assignment. I thought we did do this. We did roll that before. So it was the same result. Okay. Okay, so yes, you still have that same +1 to any one benefit roll once you muster out. Make a note of it. All right, so we're back to agent. Yes. Is that where we were?
Back to me. I just did.
You just gained streetwise of 1.
Yeah.
Okay, and now that was your skill roll. Now you roll an event, 2d6.
Oh, okay.
You complete a mission for your superiors and are suitably rewarded. +1 DM to any one benefit roll from this career.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Cool.
Roll to survive. This is going to be endurance 6 or better.
I believe in you.
With no mod, right?
No mods other than whatever you have for endurance, which should be automatic. Yep, you make it, and now roll for advancement.
Do it.
Another GD6.
Yep, int 6 or better.
Oh, int. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you are now a rank 1 corporal. Streetwise 1. Well, you already had that, so you gain no skill from that, but you are rank 1. Which is good because it figures into your overall mustering out benefits.
Yep.
All right, so now that you are now 20, that brings you to 26, correct? Yes.
I think.
It does.
Was that my second term?
That's the end of your second term.
Okay, yep.
End of second term is 26. That brings us back to Seraphim, I believe.
Okay. All right. Before we start, I got a question for you. So on my character thing, when we were going through the background skills, I selected Science 0, But I forgot I already had Science 1.
Yeah, I was telling you that what you have is Science 0, Cybernetics 1.
Science 0, Cybernetics 1?
Yes, because on skills that require a specialty, the base skill is always 0. The specialty has the bonus. So you can get
Oh,
more than you can develop more than one specialty. But then you are generally trained in general science as well. So you can
so
roll.
what is the vac suit under? Specialty Science?
No, it's just a separate skill by itself.
Okay. What about survival, education, flyer, mechanic?
All those are their own individual skills
Oh,
without specialty.
all right, cool. Now that I'm up to speed on that, what would you like me to roll or do?
Well, it's up to you. You finished one term of being a drifter, and you can decide to keep being a drifter if you want, or you can try again to get into another job.
What were the job options again?
Here we go.
Something that would work well with my organic mechanic skills. Let's see. I mean, I guess I could go with either Navy or I could either do Navy Scholar or what's the one above Army? Agent. Let's go with I like the idea of maybe agent would fit with intelligence. What is intelligence exactly? Like CIA stuff or what?
Yeah. Spy or saboteur.
Oh. Kind of like the idea of having a I feel like an organic mechanic isn't exactly law enforcement necessarily.
Yeah. I would go maybe you might think about the Merchant Marine again. You might think about Navy. You might even think about Scholar.
Why don't we try
Yeah.
Scott
What's your education again?
6?
Yeah. It's going to be tough to make it as a scholar, but actually no, not that tough if you're a scientist. The advancement role is intellect, and it's education 4 or better to survive, so it's not terrible.
Well, let's try it. Let's try
If you wanted to be organic mechanic, that's actually the way to go. Would be
scientist.
a scientist.
So I'm rolling an intelligence roll.
To get in. So let's look at it, and then you can double check whether or not the skills look like what you want. All right. Whoops, I went straight past it. Scholar. Here we go. Now, under scientist, now let's see. There is no way to get at mechanic here,
Organic mechanic, like
but there's plenty of ways to get at some more cybernetics skill if that's what
yeah,
you wanted to do. In addition, you could pick up some points in medic along the way.
probably.
Um,
Yeah.
So now this is not your first career, so you will not be getting basic training service skills.
Started
Now,
at we're here.
yeah, now there is, and I don't love flipping around, but I don't want to deprive you of a benefit here. So changing careers. Changing careers. Let's see. I thought there was something to do with basic training. Let's see. Ranks and bonuses, advancement, basic training. Okay. So for any subsequent careers, you may pick any one skill listed in the service skills table at level 0 as your basic training.
But citizens and drifters are an exception. That's what it said. They both use their appropriate assignment skill table for basic training.
Well, they're not an exception to that part of the rule. They're an exception to the first part, and actually I missed that, so you may want to go back and retool that. That's up to you. I'll let you keep the service skills if you want, or you can instead take the ones for what did you have? Minor or something?
For my skills, I had event. Okay, I had
Scavenger.
science, cybernetics 1,
Yeah,
rank
so
1,
you can take
survival 1, flyer 0, science 0, mechanic 0.
right. Well, your service skills that I would have given you for basic training, those would have been the ones under service skills. You actually, if I had been following the rules, you could have taken the ones for scavenger. And so I'll let you switch those out now if you want to.
So I would have to switch out. I had vac suit at 1 already.
Yeah, so that would not add anything.
Yeah, so I'm basically. I mean, that's still a good one to have. Period.
Vac-suit is great.
Yeah. So,
But you got that independent. You got that by rolling on the scavenger table.
right. So you're saying I'd have to switch, or I don't have to switch out that, but
Well, what you would switch out is your athletics, melee, recon, streetwise, stealth, and survival. And instead you would take pilot, small craft, or you'd actually just pilot 0. Pilot, mechanic, astrogation, vac-suit, profession, gun combat.
so I would. Maybe I'm just dumb, like my character here. Are you saying that I'm still going to have my background skills, the 3 skills, as they are currently?
Yes, those are different from your basic training skills. When you first started off as drifter, it was your first career.
Yeah.
I gave you all the service skills at level 0. So all 6 of these skills listed here on my screen, under the column service skills, I gave you at level 0. Now, if you missed that, or if I forgot to
I didn't.
communicate that,
I missed that, or you forgot, one of the two.
okay, well, perfect. So then in that case, there's nothing to erase and only things to add.
Hold on. Keep it on there. So I'm going to write this down.
Yeah. So now you get all 6 of the skills that are under the scavenger column at 0.
Oh, I get all of them?
Yes, for your basic training as a drifter.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me write that down. I started writing down the service skills for this other one.
No.
So pilot, small craft.
You get actually it's just pilot 0 for now because it's at level 0. So small craft is a
that's
specialty under pilot.
I have pilot 0, mechanic 0. I already got vac suit 1.
Right.
Profession 0.
Astrogation 0. Don't forget that.
Which one? Oh, astrogation.
Astrogation. Yeah.
What is that?
That is navigation between the stars.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah. So that's cool. Gun combat 0. Okay, I've got that.
Okay.
Written down on my phone, and I'll transfer it to my character sheet in a second.
All right. So apologies everybody for the delay. Me being imperfect with the rules. No, you just get your whatever was under the server. I think you wrote those down. If I forgot, yeah. So it's only drifter and citizen that don't follow that service skills as basic training rule. Okay, so though that being said, now what are you going to switch to, or are you going to stay a drifter?
Let's try for scientist.
Oh, scholar, right. So to get in then to scholar is, I believe it said intellect 6 or better. to qualify, and it's actually you're going to be at a -1 for this because it's your second career.
Hooray. Did it roll?
No,
Oh, I have my character sheet on another tab. Hold on. I'll close that out and go into this one.
and by the way, anyone has any questions at any time, please feel free, pipe up, make any comments or anything like that, because I want to. I don't know. It's all unknown unknowns. I don't know what you all don't know, and if you don't
I
know,
rolled a 9, so -1.
you make it. You are now a scholar. You can choose. You can see here your different careers: field researcher, scientist, or physician. You can see what the survival role and advancement role is for each of them.
Okay, so I'm rolling with scientist, given my so that would be the sub skill is scientist for scholar.
It's called the assignment. Okay. So now it is your second career, and you get to pick one of the service skills at level 0 for your basic training in your second career here.
Hold on, I'm having to flip between things on my iPad to see this. So scientist.
Now you're going to be picking under the service skill column.
Under the service skill. Okay.
Yeah, for your basic training.
Okay. Service skill science sounds kind
So
of.
you already have. So this is you.
Oh.
You would take this at level 0. This would your
Medic.
basic training. Yeah. Medic 0. Perfect.
So assignment scientist, service skill medic 0.
Yeah. So now you pick a column to roll on. Personal development, service skills. I don't think your education is high enough for advanced. So personal development, service skills, or scientist. Pick one of those 3 and roll a 1d6.
Okay, so which one do you say I wasn't high enough to do? The advanced education?
Right.
So that with service skills or personal development.
Or scientist.
I mean, I feel like I need to get more science-y.
Yeah, scientist would be the one. 3 out of the 6 results are science.
Yes. Oh. What do I roll? Intellect?
1d6, just a straight 1d6.
Okay. Let's find out, shall we? 3.
3, science. So you can pick, you can add 1 to your current cybernetics rating, or you can start picking another specialty and building that up.
What are the other specialties? Oh no.
I don't have an actual PDF reader on my computer. I'm just using Microsoft Edge for whatever reason. So it is what it is. Science, here we go.
Science.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to be that, bionic mechanic guy, cybernetics pretty much is the way to go. But you could also do robotics. You could do genetics. You could do.
I was thinking I could specialize in cybernetics and kind of do a little robotics, maybe psionicology too. I don't know.
That is not available.
Oh, never mind then.
Sorry. Yeah, psionicology is the one on here that's not available.
Is it because of my class?
No, it's because nobody knows that psionics exist or whether they exist. And
Unless
they might not. I don't even know yet whether they're going to be in the game. So
unless I got it from my alien primate friends. No.
maybe. Now, you might also think about sophontology, the study of intelligent living creatures, which is like sort of a broad, similar to anthropology, I suppose. And then xenology, which would be the study of alien life forms overall. But then again, it might be good you might just want to concentrate.
I think I'm probably going to stick with what I know for now, and then branch out later
All right.
to robotics or xenology.
+1 to cybernetics.
Okay. So +1 to cybernetics.
How many terms are we doing?
Well, that's up to y'all. I mean, we're probably
Okay.
going to wrap it up. We're probably going to wrap it up after this round of terms because we'll be reaching 11:30 soon.
Yeah.
But everybody has a taste for it now. Most people go longer than 2 terms.
Yeah.
You don't start aging until you hit 34. So most people that I know, myself included, I've never made a character younger than 34. I made plenty of characters at 34.
Is it okay if I change my specialty from electronics
Uh,
to
you mean from
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 comm to comms? I mean,
from scanners to comms?
yeah, sensors to comms.
Yes. Okay, so right, you rolled science and now roll an event. 2d6.
D6, you said?
2d6.
All right, 2d6. Okay.
You win a prestigious prize for your work, garnering both the praise and envy of your peers. Gain DM +1 to any one benefit roll. Make some kind of a note of that. I mean, I encourage all of you to make a note. Oh, life
Oh,
event. Life event. Yeah. It would be good to learn how to roll 2d6, actually. So life event. Let's look at that table because it's a whole separate table. Roll 2d6 again.
okay. Life event. Sorry, I'm writing all this on my cell phone. Two. Let's try it this way. 2d6. 4.
Okay. Ending of relationship. A romantic relationship involving you ends badly. Gain a rival or enemy.
Man, this is interesting.
Brad, breakup.
Yep. Now you can choose rival or enemy. They obviously have different connotations. Just make a note of which one.
I'm gonna go with a. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's go with rival.
Okay. All right, so that was your event, and now roll to survive. This is going to be education 4 or better.
Education 4 or better.
You survive. Now roll to advance. Intellect 8 or better.
Yay!
You advance. You are now rank 1 scientist, and you gain science 1, meaning since you already have cybernetics 2, you now will gain an additional specialty at 1. Do you want to just make it robotics? Just go with that,
Sure.
or you can go. I mean, I don't want to force you to do anything, but you had mentioned it.
No, I like the idea of having robotics. So it's robotics 0.
Robotics 1.
Ooh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So again, when you look at these tables here and you see an actual number next to something, that means you gain that skill at that rating straight up. It doesn't add to anything or subtract from anything. Just you get it at 1.
Very epic.
If you see the word with no number next to it, you just add 1 to whatever you currently have. All right, so that is the end of your second term. You're 26 years old, and I think we'll wrap up the actual character creation piece for now, and I'll just end by saying, we can spend the last few minutes discussing anything y'all have thought of or any questions that you all have. Exactly. We did play Traveller tonight. We just played we played the intro screen, you know.
A long time ago.
Prologue.
Wait a second.
Exactly. It's the origin story.
So true.
Yep.
So the next time that you wanting to get together, are you going to try to do a third go around with this and then start the game?
I don't know yet. We have additional people that are not able to be here tonight that are like initially I thought we'd have to go on Saturday night, which is not my preference, but then we had enough people show up that are capable of doing Mondays, so we did tonight. I'm also going to do Saturday and sweep up the other people. And I don't know how many of y'all are going to end up in the same game with each other or what. We'll have to. All that's for a later time. Um, right now, I just wanted to give people just kind of wet your whistles, you know, and give you a sense of what the game is like. You can see here, like, for example, if I look under Noble, you can see the mustering out benefits. And this is going to be essentially your starting cash and, like, you know, a few pretty awesome things that are going to be, you know, your contribution to the group. You know, for example, you might start with it just says blade. You know, if you were to, one of the benefits is just blade, and that means you get to pick a blade. You know, subject to my approval from the equipment list. Uh, you know, you get access to the use of a yacht. That's another possible benefit. Um, a yacht.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any gray poupon?
That's it. Yeah, you can. I mean, that's a luxury space touring vehicle. You know, it's a luxury starship basically.
Can we have
Uh,
like a space katana?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
lightsaber is of a tech level that none of you have seen as yet.
Actually, it's a vibro blade katana. It can cut through anything, and it's still made of metal.
Right. It's okay. I'm not going to go on the Star Wars tangent. I almost said Star Trek. Just to.
Oh,
I'm not
oh.
going to go on the Star Wars tangent right now. Because I could just go on and on. Um,
So, question. With this universe, how and you probably got into it when I was just coming in, or maybe before. Um, with regards to traveling between the stars, are there classes of hyperdrives?
yes.
Are there
Yes.
any that we likely would have to roll for the type of ship? I mean, yeah, yachts are cool and all, but are we gonna have to roll for the ship? Anything like
Yes.
that?
I'm gonna think on that, you know, as the campaign takes shape. I know it's going to take place in the subsector that you can see in the Roll20 screen. That's pretty much all I know. I have to look at this subsector and get a notebook out and actually remind myself of what these planets are. Thankfully, so another thing about now you look at this, you look at this subsector and you see a lot of things, right? There's a lot of numbers. Traveler uses hexadecimal to express everything. So, for example, each one of you, having generated your ability scores, you could now express those in what is called in Traveler, both mechanically and in universe. It's called the UPP, Universal Personality Profile, and every sophont can be expressed in those 6 numbers that you've got there. Anything higher than a 9 is just begins to go to hexadecimal. So A is a 10.
So, as far
Uh,
as this universe goes, most of the people we're going to interact with are going to be humans, correct?
Not necessarily. That's another thing I have to decide. In the actual Traveler universe, there's potentially hundreds of races. There's several major races. In fact, like three of the major empires in the in known space, like charted space, are all human. It gets kind of deep, the history, the whole idea. It's one of those ancients type situations, right? There was an ancient race that ruled the whole galaxy, or at least a significant portion of it, and then they at some point, 200,000 years in our history, they snatched up a bunch of humans and just planted them on various other worlds.
God, this sounds a lot like Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, well, I mean, it partakes of many tropes from writers like Paul Anderson and stuff like that. So I don't know, So yeah, so humans were seeded across the galaxy hundreds of thousands of years in our past. And so by the time Earth humans actually develop the jump drive, the first people they encounter, first alien race they encounter are other humans. Um, in Traveller, that's called these old and those humans. Not only do they encounter other humans, but they encounter other humans that are at the tail end of a like a 3,000 year long reigning imperium. And because the Earth humans are full of energy and verve and can-do spirit, they go ahead and pretty much sweep aside the old Imperium and take over everything and try to but then they sort of fail to acculturate themselves, and so that Imperium falls apart almost immediately, and then we're now 1,000, like 1,100 years after that Imperium collapsed, and it's now
Sounds
third.
depressingly like real life.
I was about to say, like this sounds a lot like the idea of spreading democracy failed intergalactically, and now we're just back to
Well,
the man.
there's not much to say in the history about whether or not the Solomani, which is the three races of humans, are the Solomani, which are the humans that are actually from Earth, like in our somewhat immediate future. Then there's the Villani, which are the Imperium humans of old, who were taken by the ancients in millennia in our past. And then there's the Jodani, which are other humans taken by the ancients and tweaked so that they have psychic abilities.
Aren't you forgetting one? The
uh,
Romani? They're always around, man. They're always around.
Space gypsies are probably a thing as well, yes.
I seriously was thinking about that when I failed my things and I'm a drifter. I was like, Romani cybernetics expert.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, and so now my world, it at the moment, it is as big as this subsector here. But
Gotcha.
charted space in the official Traveller Universe is unbelievably large because it incorporates like every subsector that's ever been published in anything that's been regarded as an official Traveller publication,
Mm.
which is close to 50 years of material at this point.
How
And
opposed are you from any of the characters in this game in our character group here being a non-human race? Or do you want us all starting out as humans because we're in this particular quadrant of space that is known to be
yeah,
most occupied?
you you got to start off as humans. Well, yeah, yeah. Right, right now, I'm gonna say yeah. Now, if somebody, you know what, I can't. I just can't. At the moment, I can't be bothered to go through the rigmarole of designing another race. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that. But my inclination is to say everybody should just be a human. That's sort of the core assumption of the game. But